Welcome back. The Libyan armed group holding the brother of suicide bomber Salman Abedi, who killed 22 people in the UK earlier this year, has refused a British request for his extradition. Hashim Abedi is in the hands of Rada Brigade, which operates in Tripoli. The group said it has detained Hashim Abedi since his brother Salman bombed pop star Ariana Grande's concert in Manchester City in May. British police investigating the attack said an extradition request to bring Hashim back to the UK was handed to Libyan authorities, but within hours, a spokesperson for the counter-terrorism group allied to the Tripoli UN-backed government rejected the request. Now, here's some good news coming from Somalia. Over 300 troops based at the United Arab Emirates military camp in Mogadishu have graduated from a special army course offered by instructors from the Gulf state. The United Arab Emirates has seen a key ally of the Horn of Africa country provided security assistance aimed at rebuilding the nation after decades of civil war.
Somali troops training at the United Arab Emirates military camp in Mogadishu graduate after completing an 18-month course conducted by military instructors from the Gulf state. UAE is providing security assistance to help the country fight threats by Islamist militant group Al-Shabaab and has been training troops at the camp since 2015. Somali Prime Minister is at the ceremony where he addresses the soldiers.
I congratulate the Somali military commander that 311 well-trained and well-equipped forces are being handed over to you. As you know, Somalia's enemies have always been defeated by Somalis, and Somali people will overcome their enemies soon.
Somalia has been riven by civil war since 1991, when clan-based warlords overthrew a dictator, then turned against each other. The weak UN-backed government is now battling an Islamist insurgency, but many members of its security forces are badly trained and coordination is poor. The Gulf state says its support for Somalia is aimed at rebuilding the nation and is not driven by any commercial concerns.
We really thank the United Arab Emirates for the training they gave you at this camp. And now you are in the hands of your military commander. I tell you that all troops that are good soldiers never disobey good commanders.
Somalia's government has a number of foreign backers, including the United Nations, the African Union, and the United States, who are assisting it in building a functional national army capable of taking on the fight against the militant Al-Shabaab group.
The Office for ICT Innovation and Entrepreneurship in Nigeria has selected 10 startups after a rigorous process to showcase indigenous tech solutions to investors at this year's edition of the GITEX Startups Global Movement. Gulf Information Technology Exhibition is an annual consumer computer and electronics trade show that takes place in Dubai, United Arab Emirates.
The federal government, through the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, chose 10 indigenous startups to join their peers from over 60 countries at the second edition of the GITEX Startup Global Movement, which was launched last year. GITEX is the premier annual technology event in the Middle East, Asia and Africa, hosting over 185,000 visitors from more than 140 countries. Aminu Bakuri is one of the startups that showcased a cloud operating system that helps improve access to computing in developing countries.
We streamlined the whole operating system layer for it to operate just like a normal web browser. And the reason why we did that was due to the fact that we understood the way computing is being done and the way our computational power is being separated on the computer. So we understand that the browser requires low computational power, and that's the very reason why we built Cloudera on cloud technology.
Another startup who is also working on ways to improve the agricultural sector is BeatDrone. BeatDrone is a UAV service provider that helps farmers eliminate death of crops before harvest.
So what we do is that we implement drones in the day-to-day activity of these farmers. We enable them to be able to achieve more, increase their harvest yield, and save costs. So from the early stage of planting, we carry out 3D mapping of their entire farmland to enable them to plan for the farming season. Then we also spray herbicides to kill weeds on their farm with our drones. We also spray pesticides, liquid fertilizers, and also nutrients to enable the plant to grow well. Then lastly, we also enable this. We also engage in health inspection to enable these farmers to know the health status of their crop.
Other startups like MyPadi, DropQ, MTK e-learning, Six, and Accountia also showcase their solutions. These startups emerged as country representatives for a highly competitive process anchored by the Office for ICT Innovation and Entrepreneurship, which is an arm of NITSDA.
And we'll wind down in Cameroon, where plus-size models showcase clothes at an event meant to encourage fuller women to walk the runway and embrace their curves. The plus-size modeling show brings designers and stylists together, pushing them to pay more attention to a market plus-size women say has been long ignored.
Models get ready backstage for a fashion show in Douala, Cameroon that recently featured African collections, specially made for full-figured women. The plus-size modeling show was organized to help boost confidence among curvy women and hopes to change attitudes towards plus-size people and make it easier for them to find a comfortable fit of clothes. Many fuller women say it's difficult to find clothes their size in stores and often get discriminated against.
I am an example of someone who is confident, someone who is proud of her curves. I am here today to promote plus-size women because I've accepted myself for who I am. I have no insecurities about my body or how I feel inside. I love who I am. For this reason, I will appreciate other women who are plus-size.
Now in its second year, the plus-size modeling show is working to give fashion entrepreneurs and shoppers a chance to exchange ideas. Outfits on show were presented by designers from Cameroon and Ivory Coast with collections inspired by vibrant African prints and styles. Some designers confess that they face challenges making clothes for fuller women and often shy away from the market.
The difficulties encountered when working with plus-size ladies are that some women have a unique build. When you get fabric, some ladies may end up with a larger chest, but the behind is flat. So you have to be very careful not to make the dress appear with excess fabric in some areas.
Organizers say they want to see the event expand to attract more designers in future and inspire them to create more fashionable outfits, shoes and accessories for fuller women.
And that's our show today. Thank you for watching. I am Bisi Adebayo.